Hello, my name is Ben Sheridan, and today we're going to be going over Onstar. Before we get started, I just want to tell you how important it is that when you set up your Onstar account, you give Onstar a valid email address. The reason being is that once a month, Onstar is going to randomly run a diagnostic test on your vehicle, and any information that's gathered will end up being sent directly to that email address. Some of the information that's going to come to your email address will end up being your current odometer statement, oil life. If there are any issues or problems with your vehicle, that information will also come, as well as in some cases, if you have tire pressure monitor, that information will end up coming sent directly to your email address as well. Now on to what Onstar truly is. Onstar is going to end up being made up of 3 different buttons. You're going to end up having your phone button, which is on your far left, your middle button, which is your blue Onstar button, and on your far right, your emergency services button. We'll start with your emergency services button. That is able to be used if there's ever any issues or problems that would be deemed an emergency. I tell my customers, if you press that button, you need to make sure that if it's not an emergency, you end up telling OnStar that it's not, because they're going to treat it as if you dial 911 from your home and hang up. They're going to call you back. If there's no response, there will be someone knocking on your door within a couple of minutes, because they want to make sure that you're okay. What's nice about that is you can also end up being a good Samaritan. So if there were to be an accident that you witness, instead of you having to try to find your cell phone and dial it, you can simply push that button, and they're going to end up getting you in contact with the police or whatever emergency services may be needed to take care of that issue or problem. The next button is your blue OnStar button. Your blue OnStar button is going to give you direct contact with OnStar regarding whatever questions you may have with your subscription. They can also run a diagnostic test in your vehicle. So if your check engine light comes on or there's any kind of issues with your vehicle, if it's 9 o'clock at night and there's no dealerships open, you could still press that button and they can tell you what's going on, and then send that information to whatever dealership you may want to end up having be able to handle and take care of that issue or problem. In addition to that, OnStar, with some subscriptions, will also give you directions through your OnStar button. So if you end up pushing that OnStar button, they'll come on and say, would you like directions? If you say yes, you can give them, if you don't know the exact address, you can give them the location, the city, and they can actually look it up for you and then send a signal with that information to your vehicle, which will allow you to be able to get to that destination. The last button is going to be your phone button. This vehicle is equipped with its own phone and phone number. It is not a satellite phone. In saying that, though, it is about 6 times stronger than your standard cell phone. It is not meant to take the place of your cell phone. It is meant to be in addition to your cell phone, because there's going to be locations that your cell phone will not get coverage just because of the size of your antenna versus the antenna that OnStar has. We're actually sitting in it. Making a phone call is very, very simple. What you'll do is you'll press the phone button and you'll say dial. OnStar will end up saying number please. You'll end up saying the number in one straight line, 520-421-4949. OnStar will then repeat back the number to you, and in many cases you'll either end up having on your radio or on your driver information center, that phone number will actually show up, so you'll be able to see it visually as well as hearing it back verbally. If the number is correct, you'll end up saying yes. OnStar will say dial, and you'll be directly connected to that phone number that you dialed. To hang up the phone, you'll simply press that phone button, and that will disconnect your phone, whether or not you're on a OnStar call, you're on a phone call, or even your standard emergency call. Any of those buttons, if you press your phone button when you're on the middle, will end up ending that phone call, and you'll be set up and done. We do appreciate you watching this video, and hopefully you find it very, very helpful.